For most people, uncertainty feels like a storm looming on the horizon, an invisible force that unsettles their souls. It stirs a deep fear within, the fear of losing control, of facing something they cannot predict or prepare for. They long for stability, crafting lives around routines, familiar faces, and predictable outcomes, convincing themselves that this constructed safety net will protect them from the unknown. But this sense of security is often an illusion. No matter how carefully we plan, life will always surprise us. The universe thrives on unpredictability, and it is in this very unpredictability that life's magic unfolds. Think of the most beautiful moments in your life, the ones that took your breath away. Were they planned down to the last detail, or did they arise from the unexpected, from the spontaneous flow of life? A love that enters when you least expect it, an opportunity that changes everything, a breathtaking sunset you stumble upon by accident. These moments remind us that life's richness comes not from certainty, but from the unknown. A predictable life may feel safe, but it is also stagnant. It is in spontaneity that creativity, passion, and transformation emerge. If we could loosen our grip on control, we would realize that uncertainty is not our enemy. It is the force that keeps life vibrant, new, and full of wonder. And yet, we resist the very thing that gives life its magic. This leads us to a profound inquiry. Why do we fear the unknown so much? Why do we build walls around our lives, carefully choosing belief systems that give us a sense of control in life? The easiest answer is that predictability feels safe. It lulls us into the illusion that we have tamed the chaos of existence. But beneath this carefully structured world lies a truth we seldom acknowledge. We are not actually afraid of discomfort or inconvenience. We are afraid of the unknown. This fear manifests in both small and profound ways. We see it in the friend who refuses to try a new dish at a restaurant, in those who resist change even when they hate their existing jobs, and in societies that react to uncertainty with fear, hoarding weapons, shutting borders, and clinging to rigid ideologies. These actions all stem from a desperate attempt to guard against unpredictability, to create an illusion of permanence in a world that is anything but permanent. Yet no matter how much we try to control life, uncertainty remains. We spend our lives trying to suppress our deepest fears by immersing ourselves in everyday worries. It is easier to stress over small uncertainties and feel occupied than to face the vast unknown. But in doing so, we deny ourselves the richness of life's full experience. True engagement with life requires stepping beyond the familiar, embracing surprises, and allowing ourselves to be vulnerable to the unknown. When we let go of our rigid expectations, we don't just survive, we truly live. Uncertainty holds an immense power, an untapped well of possibility that could transform our lives if only we dared to embrace it. Yet, instead of harnessing this power, we shrink from it. We cling to the familiar, allowing fear to dictate our choices, and in doing so, we unknowingly sacrifice something invaluable, the vast potential of our own minds. Renowned English writer and philosopher Aldous Huxley spoke of the whole mind, a state of expanded awareness that each of us is born with. But rather than using it fully, we spend our lives filtering reality through a reducing valve, narrowing our experiences to what feels safe and predictable. Imagine a powerful river, full of force and vitality, being reduced to a mere trickle through a narrow pipe. This is what we do to ourselves every day, through rigid habits, limiting beliefs, and a reluctance to step outside our comfort zones. If you watch yourself closely, you'll notice it happening. The times you let fear stop you from taking a chance. The times you silence your curiosity because the unknown feels too risky. The moments you delay your dreams, telling yourself, maybe later. In these small, seemingly harmless ways, you restrict the flow of life itself. But what if you stopped resisting? What if, instead of tightening the valve, you opened it? What if you allowed uncertainty to fill you with excitement rather than fear? In doing so, you would reclaim the fullness of your own mind, the creativity, intuition, and boundless potential that have always been yours. The unknown is not your enemy. It is the gateway to everything you have yet to become. Life is raw, unpredictable, and breathtakingly beautiful, but only when you have the courage to meet it without fear. Perhaps the greatest transformation you can undergo is shifting from fear to trust, from believing that life is working against you to realizing that it has always been on your side. You often move through the world bracing for hardship, expecting obstacles, and feeling as though you must struggle to earn your place. But what if you let go of this resistance? What if, instead of fearing the unknown, you saw it as a vast field of possibility, waiting to unfold in your favor? To trust life is to step beyond the narrow confines of the reducing valve and into an expanded awareness. It is to recognize that you are not incomplete, broken, or lacking. You are already whole. The journey is not about becoming something new, but about awakening to what you have always been. Fear keeps you small. It contracts your awareness, narrowing your field of vision until you see only risks, threats, and limitations. But trust is the key that unlocks the fullness of life. It dissolves your self-imposed barriers and reveals a universe teeming with opportunities, synchronicities, and unseen support. When you trust life, you no longer see change as a disruption, but as a sacred unfolding. You no longer resist uncertainty, but embrace it as the space where miracles are born. You recognize that reality is not against you. It is guiding you, shaping you, and inviting you into something far greater than you could have imagined. And the moment you surrender to this truth, you step into the infinite potential that has been waiting for you all along. To overcome the fear of uncertainty, you must cultivate what spiritual traditions call the wisdom of uncertainty. This is not a mystical concept, but a deep acceptance of reality as it is, fluid, ever-changing, and full of potential. Creativity thrives in this space. Every great work of art, every profound idea, and every moment of inspiration arises from stepping into the unknown. The poet begins with a blank page, the painter with an empty canvas, and the musician with silence. These are not voids to be feared, but sacred spaces where something new can be born. To embrace uncertainty, immerse yourself in creativity. Write without knowing what the next sentence will be. Dance without following a set routine. Paint without worrying about the final image. Let go of the need for a fixed outcome and allow the process itself to be the reward. In doing so, you align with the natural rhythm of life, spontaneous, vibrant, and endlessly unfolding. Another key step is to reframe fear-based thoughts. When uncertainty triggers anxiety, do not let it define you. Acknowledge the fear, but choose a different perspective. Instead of clinging to past regrets or obsessing over an unknown future, remind yourself, that's not who I truly am. I am alive in the now. These words are powerful. They bring you back to the present, where life is truly happening. Living in the present moment is a transformative experience. The past and future are illusions compared to the richness of now. Memory and planning have their purpose, but they should not consume us. Whenever you find yourself lost in thought, gently return to the present. Feel your presence, listen to the sounds around you, and simply be. And when life becomes overwhelming, pause. Find a quiet space, close your eyes, and breathe. Let each inhale fill you with clarity. Each exhale release the tension. This simple act of mindfulness reconnects you to the truth. Uncertainty is not a force to fear, but a gateway to infinite possibilities. It is the essence of life itself. The unpredictability that you often resist is the very thing that breathes freshness, originality, and creativity into your existence. If everything were predetermined, life would lose its magic. It would feel mechanical, void of wonder, like a song playing on repeat with no new melody to discover. But life is not meant to be a rigid script. It is an unfolding masterpiece, painted moment by moment with the brush strokes of the unknown. At the heart of every spiritual tradition lies a truth so simple, yet so profound. Everything is as it should be. This does not mean life is without struggle. It means, at its core, existence is trustworthy. The universe is not against you. It moves with you, unfolding in ways you cannot always predict, but can always embrace. When you resist uncertainty, you suffer. But the moment you surrender to trust in yourself, trust in life, you step into a greater reality, one that is not bound by fear, but open to infinite possibility. This journey is not about changing the world around you. It is about shifting the world within you. Every time you let go of doubt and choose trust, you dissolve the illusion of separation between yourself and life. Each step you take toward inner peace is a step toward recognizing that uncertainty is not your enemy. When you welcome it, you no longer live in fear, you live in flow. And in that space, you realize what the great masters have always known. You were never lost, never broken. You were always exactly where you were meant to be.